up here. Write this down. We have what we talk about when somebody says, what are the counting numbers? Well, if it isn't self-explanatory, this thing is making different results here. If you go back, way back, and for you guys it really hasn't been that long, even though you think it has been, about 7, quite possibly, I know, let's go 9, maybe 10 years ago. Right, that's where I'm at. Right about when you were 1, maybe /1.5/2, and your parents were trying to teach you something. One of the first things, besides saying mama and dada and all that basic stuff, is they try to get you to count. And for a small demonstration of how they get you to count, Andrew says, well, when my parents wanted me to count, they said, no, they would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And that is what the counting numbers are. And by the way, we do this little smiley brace thing that stands for we're going to write down a set of things, like a group of something. The counting numbers start at the number 1, and your parents probably stopped at 10 or something like that. But the counting numbers, because you count with them, they go on forever and ever that way. It's the set. This little brace thing stands for the set of all those numbers. You know, if your parents were really smart, they would have taught you to count to like 1,000,000. But that probably would have taken them a long time. Then we have another set of numbers. Another set of numbers that we call the whole numbers. And there are many things in math that make little or no sense to me, and this would be one of them. The whole numbers are exactly the same as the counting numbers, except, I don't know why I keep saying that, except they add the number 0.
Really? Seriously? How interesting.
That would be the whole numbers. And if you're ever asked to give a whole number, I mean, that just means you can't really use fractions or decimals. A whole number is not a fraction or a decimal. Okay, then we scooch up one more line on the totem pole here, and that is what we like to call the integers. And that whole numbers are half of the integers. The other half are the, nobody's gonna tell me? The negative numbers. Integers are both the positive and the negative of the whole numbers. So in the set of negative numbers, it would look like this. We put this little elliptical thing like this, and then we can start with -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. See, if your parents were really like Einstein people, they should have started you counting with negative numbers. They could have said -10, -9. But how would you show? See, that's what makes negative numbers tough. How do you show with your fingers -9? No, that's 0 to me. How do you show -9 to somebody? They showed 1 because you're holding up one finger. Okay, how do you show -1? You can't remove your finger from, I mean, it's, if it's not there, that's nothing. How do you show negative? No, I'm not saying how you show the symbol we use for -1. I'm saying the symbol. And we don't do anything with negative numbers as fate would have it. And I'm not sure what else they do with this, except they want you to be able to compare numbers, and I'm not even going to do anything with that. We're going to stop with that. Oh.